Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss network models and layered architecture. So let's start with our discussion. What topics we are going to discuss in today's session are network model and its working. After that we will discuss about network models like OSI and TCP/IP. Then we will discuss about layered architecture, how it actually works and what is exactly the layered architecture. So let's move to our first slide, computer network model. So this is a simple diagram in which we can understand how it works. If there are multiple layers in a model, like in a computer model we are having 4 layers, like layer 1, layer 2, layer 3 and layer 4. What will happen? We are having 4 layers on the sender side and exactly 4 layers on the receiver side also, and we are working in an environment of peer-to-peer network. So what will happen? The layer 1 will communicate with the layer 1 of the other side. Then layer 2 of the sender's side will work coordinatingly with the layer 2 of the receiver's side. Same like that, layer 3 and layer 4 will also work. So this is the kind of environment where layers of one network will communicate with the layer of the another network. At the same time there will be inter-layer communication also. It means layer 1 and 2 of the sender side can intercommunicate with each other also. They can send messages, information or anything depending upon the requirement. They can exchange those things. So this is the basic model how the layered architecture work. There are various network models also available in the computer network which we can use for the transmission of the data from sender to the receiver, or we can see that from source to the destination. So hope this diagram is clear to everyone. Let's move to the second slide, different computer network models. Basically we have heard about two most important network models, that is OSI and TCP/IP. Now let's come to the definition of computer network model. First we should understand what is the computer network model. Then we will discuss and focus about the different models like OSI and TCP/IP. Okay. So what is computer network model? It is the structure and model, or it can be any design which is used to perform communication between two networks. So if we are having two or more networks, we need to communicate between each other. What we exactly need is model. We should have a structure or a design through which we can communicate easily between the networks according to the requirement. So we are having two types of network models. OSI reference model. OSI is usually called as reference model also. OSI reference model. So it stands for Open System Interconnection. This abbreviation is very important. Then it is the general purpose communication model in the computer network earlier days. It means that in the earlier days we used to have OSI model, but recently we are working on the TCP/IP model. So it has been obsoleted. So the second point under OSI is it is an open source structure. So now what is open source? Open source means that it can be openly used for any environment and network easily for communication purpose. It means that there can be any other platform or any other protocol that is working on the other side. What will happen? On the destination side, there will be a compatibility between sender and receiver. So OSI is very open source. It is very compatible to work in a communication network. So the third point is it is a 7-layered structured architecture. It means that OSI is having 7 layers. Okay, but the TCP/IP is having 4 layers only. So let's come to the second topic, that is TCP/IP. TCP/IP stands for Transmission Control Protocol, and IP we know that it stands for Internet Protocol. So this is the full form of TCP/IP. Then the second point, it is a four-layered architecture model. Different layer is responsible for different tasks. We can say that if we are having 4 layers in the TCP/IP, every layer will have the individual working and the coordination with the other layers. So this was all about OSI and TCP/IP. You can go for the detailed information on OSI and TCP/IP. You can refer other videos also in which OSI is very explained. So let's move to the next slide, that is layered architecture. So as its name represents, what will be the layered architecture? Various computer network models like OSI, TCP/IP, they work on the layered architecture, which means that every layer in the model is very important. There will be various layers of the model. There are different layers in a single model will be responsible for various different work and tasks. So we can take an example. We can understand the structure in the slide. So we are having n layer at the center, n plus 1 layer at the top and n minus 1 layer at the bottom. It means that there will be a sequence of layers like layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4 and so on, depending upon the transmission protocol on which we are working. So this is the simplest structure and the information will be communicated from n1, n minus 1 to n, then n plus 1, then n plus 2 and so on. So this is the layered architecture, how it works. If we are having multiple layers, every layer is important and every layer will have the individual function. So this is all about the layered architecture and its working. So let's move to some of the important questions related to the same topics which we have discussed right now. So first question is, OSI stands for, the options are Open System Interconnection. Second option is Open Software Interconnection. Third option is Open System Internetworking. Then the fourth option is Open Session Interconnection. So what is the answer? Answer is option number 1, that is Open System Interconnection. Let's come to the second question. Second question is, TCP/IP is a dash layered architecture model used in computer network. This is very easy question. So what is the answer? Answer is option number 1, 4. TCP/IP is a 4-layered architecture model. Then the third question, TCP is. So what is the definition of TCP? We have to choose for one option from the options given below. The first option is operated at data link layer. Second option is connection oriented and unreliable. Third option is connection oriented and reliable. Then the fourth and the last option is connectionless and unreliable. So what will be the answer for this question? TCP is connection oriented and reliable. The option number 3 will be the correct answer. The topics we covered are computer network model, then layered architecture, third is working of layered architecture, then we have discussed little about OSI model and TCP/IP model also. So this was all about the computer network model. Thank you so much.